Jai Gajanan, Ganeshaya Namastubhyam, Herambaya Ekadantine, Swanandavasine Tubhyam, Brahmanaspataye Namaha. With humble pranams to all Paramacharyas, Acharyas, and Gurus, let us continue our study to Jnanasara from where we left off in the last session. Today we will look at Ekarna Hrudayam. Narada is asking Surya, please tell me about Ekarna Hrudayam. That is about the essence or the substance or the crux of the single lettered mantra of Ganesha. Surya replied, the Ekakshara Hrudayam of Ganesha is the Hrudayatmakam, the essence, the very Atma of the soul of that mantra, instructed by Shankara to Ganaka Mahatma, who told it to me. Listen to it reverentially. Shankara was answering the question of Gouri in Kailash when Gouri asked, the Ganesha Ekakshara is of Svananda Brahma. O Shankara, please tell me about the Ekakshara Hrudayam of Ganesha by which one can attain name, fame, power, and the knowledge about his essential form. So Shiva says, the Ekarnava mantram is most recited by the Rishis. Its meter is Anushtup, and the benefit is detachment. Brahma, established as Gam, is himself the form of light. I bow down to one whose own form is Asipada Brahma. Now, Tat Tvamasi, these are three padas where the Tat pada is the unmanifest, Tvam pada is the manifest, and Asi is the union of both. As a seed of Swananda Brahma, you are bliss of the Atma. Devoid of all the vagaries of Maya, the changes that Maya brings about, I bow down to you as Gamkar. Now, this Shiva is narrating in the form of our prayer of this Ekarnava Hrudayam, the very stotra. The Ekarnava Hrudayam is a stotra which Shiva narrates to Gauri in answer to a question which even Ganaka was present at that time, and Ganaka had narrated to Surya, which now Surya is narrating to Narada. Remember, Ganaka Rishi, he had heard from Gauri whatever the conversation was between Shiva and Shakti, or Shiva and Parvati. So now Shiva is telling, I bow down to you as Gamkar, to Shakti of Gamkar, to one who has become Gamkar, you who are Guna and Nirguna. I bow to you who is Pranava. My prostration to Akar, the form of Jagat Brahma, prostration to Ukar, the form of Swapna Brahma. I bow down to Makar, the form of Sushupta Brahma, and together who forms the sound of Om, which is expressed as a pleasant smile. You are the form of Purna Omkar in the form of Bindu. I bow down to you who are Shunya as Pranava and Nirguna in nature, endowed with the Shakti of Omkar, ever the Atma as Gamkar, as the single lettered mantra. You are the essence of the elements. As Omkar, you are established in the intellect. As a Shrimkar, you are the Shakti, and its union is Shreyom and Gam. I bow down to you. With the face of Omkar, body of Shrimkar, I prostrate to Gamkar, meaning of the Mahavakya Brahma. As Shunya Pranava, you are twisted. As Bindu, you are the body. And as Tara, you are the macrocosmic and microcosmic. As three Varnas, you are Nada with four arms. And as Gamkar, you are the Atma. I bow down to you, who are the single lettered one. I bow down to the Lord of the single lettered mantra, the form of Svananda Brahma, being endowed with gunas as well as being above all gunas. I bow down to you. Your nature is to remain absorbed in your own greatness and glory. To that Brahma, who are the form of light, verily the Atma, I bow down to you. Your head is a form of Gakar, belly of the form of Nakar, endowed with Isha Pada, Ganesha, I bow down to you. Your head is Nirguna in nature, your body is Saguna Brahma, your absolute self is the whole body of Brahma. I bow down to you. The collective and the individual form of Brahma is well known from Vedas. To the frontal lobes and the forehead, I touch my head down, Gajanana. His three eyes are the three states of Brahma. I bow down to the magnificent one who is Atma within us as witness. The Vedas say that Brahma, who is the cause of all causes, has a trunk for a face, and to that face I bow down. Jnana Rupam Brahma is called Gaja as per Vedas, and his ears are large like those of an elephant, and hence Brahma is said to be Gajakarnya. I bow down to Bindu form of Brahma, which is your neck. I prostrate to Ganesha, the form of Purna Omkar. The supreme as knowing is in the gut. To that Saguna Nirguna form of Ganesha, I bow down. Your four padas, namely Sad, Asad, Sama, and Sahaj, are the four forms of Swananda Brahma, as stated in the Vedas. I prostrate to Ganesha, who brings the four together. Nirguna alone is expressed as Soham, the authority behind all. I also bow down to your teeth, which is the ultimate union of Jivatma and Paramatma Pada. I bow down to one who holds dual positions in this fourfold world. The hatchet stands for control. The Nu stands for enchantment. Lotus stands for the world. And your four arms represent the fourfold form of the world. I bow down to the Lord of Swananda who rules through Shastras, ensuring protection and blessing to the whole world with fearlessness. I bow down to Gajanana who grants all what one desires, to Brahma called Chintamani who grants both liberation and enjoyment. My prostrations to Vignesha whose neck is his adornment. You are the eternal Brahma whose nature is like the waning moon. I bow down to the third eye on your forehead, which is your adornment. You are Swananda and your abode is well known. I bow down to Lord Gajanana, the supreme Brahma, dweller of Swananda. O Gajanana, I bow down to the Lord who resides in Swananda. At Swananda Patanam, the essence of Brahma is as vast as the Ikshasagara. To that eternal Atma, I bow down. I bow down to the one before whom Dharma and Adharma stands upright and who is behind all auspiciousness and inauspiciousness. Just as medicines from plants penetrate into pores instantly, so you expand into creation instantly. I bow down to that Gunatma who is a form of the five mental tendencies and lives in the cave of our heart. I bow down to the Lord of Siddhi and Buddhi and Shakti of enjoyment. Buddhi acts as an enchantress and Siddhi is the embodiment of skills. I bow down to Ganesha, who is bestower of all Siddhis. Remaining within as a hidden resident, you ride the vehicle. I bow down to your vehicle Moshak and the flag with the Moshak symbol on it. Laksha and Labha are the form of Jagat Brahma. I bow down to Jagat Brahma as Laksha and Labha, whom Vedas say are Brahma's children. I bow down to the bearer of Twampada, whose body up to the neck is Saguna, and Omkara in form. The head above the neck is Nirguna Brahma called Gaja. I bow down to one whose form is Shunya, and as Pranava, you are the bearer of Tatpada Brahma. The difference between form and formless is transcended in Asipada. I bow down to Asipada Brahma. Tattvamasi is the form of the single lettered mantra. Siddhi and Buddhi's husband, whom we meditate as Gajanana, the Lord of Swananda, he who lives as consciousness within the cave of the heart, is himself devoid of enjoyment, attachment, or absence of it. He illuminates consciousness through knowledge. I prostrate to that Lord Ganesha who is Chintamani. Gakar is Saguna in nature and Nakar is Nirguna in nature. As union of both, Ganesha is Pranava in nature. When we say Ajo Eka, he is one, it refers to the Saguna Maya. Danta, being bearer of Maya, is not connected to the Nirguna Purusha. The undivided union of the two is Brahmanaspati. Ekadanta Ganesha is greedy for devotion. He is a player in all, but he is beyond the player. Without any restraints, Ganapa, I bow down to Vinayaka with all humility. Jagat Jiveshwara, since beginning, had a distinct face and a stomach that was a womb of creation. Hence he was called Lambodara. The yogis meditate on him in Samadhi. They are in search of him as Ishvara. I bow down to that Ganapa whom they addressed as Dundiraj with devotion. Different images and pictures are painted and present numerous imaginary features. Peacock is representative of Maya, whose features are constantly changing. Like the peacock, Maya too enchants all. That is why Maya is addressed as Mayura as well. Swananda Maya with Ishvara is called Ganeshwara. To that Mayuresha Ganesha, who is Mahesh, I prostrate. Mahamaya is the form of Gaja for the purpose of bestowing his authority over jivas. And therefore Shrutis call him Gajanana. Gajanana Ganesha is greedy for devotion of his devotees. Since he is a protector of the destitute, he is called the world over as Parameshwar. As the nourisher, Brahma is called Ramba. Since he is dual in nature, he is called Heramba. To him I prostrate. His twisted trunk represents the variegated world. To that Vakratunda Ganesha, I happily bow down. He rules the world as an elder brother. To that Jeshtaraj Brahma, who protects his devotees, I bow down with devotion. Those well versed in Vedas say that those who give up their life in Samadhi go straight to your abode and they are not born again. Ganapati, who lives in that abode, I bow down to him. He who is the highest aspiration of jivas in this fourfold world, I prostrate, is pleased with them and fulfills wishes of those who pray to him. With his blessings, he establishes equality in the world and places them in his own abode. O God, who is the bestower of boons, Ganesha Brahmanaspati, I bow down to you. This world of Maya is cut off from knowledge. Devoid of enchantments of Maya, you are wicked to whom I pray. I bow down to you who supports Yoga Bhumi, Dharanidhara. Maya, who encompasses the whole world as an expression of Brahma, is addressed as Mahabuddhi. The one who enchants it is Siddhi Maya. Lord who plays about in this world through Siddhi Buddhi is the Lord of all Brahmas. To that Brahmanaspati, I bow down. He not only brings difficulties to devotees, but also removes them. O Vignesha, you are the bestower of joys and liberation. To you I bow down. This world is full of auspiciousness, while you, who are auspiciousness itself, are beyond it. To that Lord of auspiciousness, Gajanana, I bow down. Lord of Jivas is worshipped first, before commencement of any work, whether auspicious or not. There is no puja without him being first worshipped. To the one who is worshipped by all, I bow down. You are Supreme Brahma who controls everything with name and form and enlightens them. You are the consciousness hidden in the cave of the heart secretively. Ganaka once told me with permission of Ganapa that to know his heart is one should worship him as Brahmanaspati. This siddhi cannot be attained by a fool even in 100 years, 100 lifetimes. The Ekakshara mantra alone is the most excellent of all mantras. One whose heart says it is rare. It is liberating and a destroyer of all enemies. It brings relief from all diseases. For those who have everything under the sun, it is a destroyer of all obstacles and transports from the world of sorrow to a kingdom of liberation. Chanting this Ekarna mantra every morning in the heart with a devotion and at night will enable one to go to Svananda Loka after death and become one with the being of Brahma. This was the sum and substance, the heart and soul of the Ekarna mantra of Ganesha, the single lettered mantra of Ganesha. We shall look into the Shodashavarana mantra stotra in the next session. Jai Gajan.